I'm discovering Bulgaria for the very first time. It is nothing like I expected and one of the most underrated places I've ever been to. The fairy tale house behind me is my hotel, and I'm in what people say is one of the most beautiful towns of all of Bulgaria. And seriously, I think I agree. Look at this. This town is so cute with so many cobblestone streets to get lost in, and a great mix of local life and incredible buildings, like this church in a quiet street up the hill, or this very colorful street. Seriously, we had so much fun exploring the town yesterday. This is the first stop of a road trip with my dad, and only 2 hours away from Sofia, our last stop. And my absolute favorite thing has to be our hotel though. We already spent a night here, and it's such a cute old school building with a traditional wooden and white facade and a lot of plants. And check out this door, it's really gorgeous and leads to our rooms, which feels like I'm at my grandma's house, ready to relax and be fed. And when I open the windows, the first thing I see are the great views of our town. And you know what's better than this? Eating food with these views. I seriously cannot think of a better spot to have a delicious breakfast of a full meat and cheese platter, fresh fruit, and local pastries. And now we're full of energy and ready for a great day to come. So it's time to pack our bags and get going. And my dad, being the absolute king organizer that he is obviously already ready and waiting for me in the car, so I really need to go. Right now we're leaving to explore the countryside with a few different stops on our way to Plovdiv. And I'm super excited because today we're progressively gonna make our way to the countryside, starting with our first stop, which is the town of Triavna, which is super cute with a beautiful old town that feels super relaxed and quiet. Like, it has an old clock tower, a really nice bridge, really cute courtyards, and almost deserted streets that sometimes feel like you're in the middle of the countryside. There's also very unique village-style houses that I find super cute. And seriously, I don't understand why this place is not more visited. Like, there's very few tourists here, and the town is just so beautiful. But my favorite thing to do when I stop at little villages is to go to these little lunch-style canteens that serve delicious food at an affordable price. And here I went with Bulgarian moussaka, which has a lot of potatoes, tomatoes and meat, stuffed peppers, which look delicious with a beautiful red sauce and are filled with rice, and a Bulgarian mushroom risotto. I'm excited to try all this. Really perfect spot for lunch. 10 out of 10 to everything. And after lunch, we walked around for a bit, enjoying the perfect sunny weather in this very cute town before going back to our car and hitting the road again. And after a while, we decided to stop for coffee and a few sweets in a peaceful village that ended up being a bit out of our way, but was really worth the extra drive. And this village is so cute. You can access it after a very long road, and the houses are super sweet and super well preserved. It really feels so remote and so peaceful. And honestly, this place is so fun to explore. Like, it feels like we're in the middle of nowhere. The paved paths are just so cute and bordered by these really nice houses. So this village is pretty interesting actually. So right now we climbed up on the mountains, and there's all around us this very fancy old school country houses. It's very unique. And if you go down into the village, then there's like normal village houses that also look super cute. We then ended up taking the scenic route, literally. And after driving for an hour, we decided to make a stop. And after climbing all of these stairs, we ended up at this incredible viewpoint over the mountains and the valleys. It was so beautiful, and the wind really gave me back the energy I needed. So while I was up there, in the distance, you can see an intriguing building that looks like a spaceship. So we're gonna do another detour and go see what it is. And it was way further than expected. We drove on an unmaintained road through the mountains until we arrived to this massive torch sculpture marking the entrance of the property. Here we are. This is such a unique building. Check it out. So from the outside, it looks like a spaceship on top of a mountain, but it was actually used for gatherings by the Communist Party until the fall of communism in 1989, and it has been abandoned ever since. So before you used to be able to explore the inside, but now it's really dangerous, so you can only go around it. And to be honest, this spot has such a unique feel to it. When you look around you, the views are so perfect and beautiful, but it also feels super eerie. It feels really weird to be here. And while exploring the surroundings, I can't really describe how I felt being there, but it seems crazy to me that this is a real place and not a set for a sci-fi movie. In any case, there are gorgeous views over the valley where we will be going next. So we've made so many detours that we've decided to spend the night here and reach Plovdiv tomorrow morning. And right now we're in the restaurant that's attached to our inn, and I have a really cute cat next to me. Also, our food has just arrived, and in front of us we have a plate of meat that is traditional Bulgarian jerky. We also have fried potatoes for starters because we're so hungry after this big day of road tripping. And our first dish is really cool. It's actually grilled meat that comes in this pot, and in here you have a bunch of different meats, from chicken to kebabche to even a steak. So I'm pretty excited to try this one. And under it there is a sauce with tomatoes and onions. Seriously, this looks so good. Wow, this is so tasty. I'm so happy we're here. We actually had to eat outside because the restaurant was packed and they had no room for us. So this feels really special. And under what seemingly looks like an omelette is actually our second dish. It's called a kavarma, which is a meat stew that has been cooked in wine for a really long time and is served with vegetables. And this is our restaurant specialty, so I'm pretty excited to try it. This is super tasty and the sauce is really good too. After this, I was so tired and fell asleep right away. We woke up to a short drive on our way to Plovdiv with the mountains in the background and cool views over a horse-drawn carriage and a freight train. And we finally made it to Plovdiv and it's such a beautiful day today. Everyone seems to be out to enjoy the sun right now, especially in this very cute, colorful main street that leads to this super sunny square where we have decided to enjoy some coffee and people watch a bit. And it feels so weird to be out around a lot of people after a road trip yesterday. Like, I seriously feel like I come from another planet. And by the way, if you want to see more of the day-to-day of this trip and all the rest of the content that I couldn't show you from yesterday, make sure you go find me on Instagram where I post a lot more content. You can find me at LucileHR and I've also linked my profile in the description below. But okay, I'm done with my coffee now, so let's go explore. And I'm really loving the city. It feels like such a unique place and there's a very cute old town with unique houses, colorful courtyards, and lush alleyways. But what's really cool is how integrated the old buildings are. Like, you can grab a coffee in the city center next to these Roman ruins, or right now next to this old theater that is still used today and someone is rehearsing in it right now. On the next day, it was time to go to Sofia, and on our way there, we decided to make a very exciting pit stop. So right now we're testing out one of the most famous Bulgarian chains called Happy Grill. Usually this is packed with people and you can't get a reservation for days. Luckily, we managed to come in the off hours, so there's no one around us and our food has just arrived. On my side, I ordered mushroom meatballs with some mashed potatoes. It looks really good. Oh wow, this is really good. After this, a short scenic drive brought us back to Sofia, where I am right now. And I can't help but be surprised at how underrated it is. Like, there's very few tourists and the city is so beautiful. And there's so many hidden things to do. Right now I'm next to the oldest church of all of Sofia, dating from the 4th century. There's no one around here and it's surprisingly surrounded by communist buildings. And another cool thing about the city is that there are so many different monuments from all religions in a space between a 5-minute walk of each other. Right now I'm behind a synagogue, but I also went by a mosque and a church. Like, there's so many colorful historic buildings, really cute courtyards to explore, and just so many different parks. The city feels so livable and so nice, and there's such a big local life. People are out everywhere drinking coffee, shopping for groceries. It feels like a very lively city, and definitely a place where anyone should come spend a few days. And if you want to see how I spend my time here eating delicious street food, you should check out this video next. Thanks for watching and see you soon.